But I try to make everything intentional, but functional and have a purpose, but also make you feel cozy and good, and just those little details just make you feel warm and yummy.
Yes. Well, I feel that when I go here. Hey guys, it's Shelby and Michelle with Farmhouse Living, and welcome back to our channel. We share home tours here, and today we are sharing a designer, Lauren Tanner, in the DFW. Y'all, I don't even know what is your style?
I would say for this house, it's more European cottage. And that was kind of the vibe we were going with.
Sometimes when I'm looking, I feel like I'm in an English countryside cottage. It's just so charming and so lovely, and I'm just so excited for y'all to see it.
Yes, so I want you to tell them a little bit about yourself and your projects, and then this house. So y'all renovated this house. It didn't come like this.
No, not at all. Not at all. This house actually we bought 2 years ago. We have a daughter that has special needs, and so she'll live with us forever. And she had to have foot surgery, and she had to sit on her bottom to come down the stairs. And we were like, oh my goodness, you know, what are we doing in this big house? And, you know, we're getting up there in age. And so we were like, we need a 1-story. We need to find something that's safe, close to her church. And so eventually this will be her house. So we bought this house knowing that this will be Toby's house. And we wanted a 1-story, and I just wanted to feel very cottagey, very sweet, but yet meet our family needs too. We added on to the house. It was only 1,200 square feet, almost 13, and we added 1,400 square feet. It was just a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and so we added on. It's now 2.5, 3 bedrooms, and we added a double-car garage in the back for my husband. The patio, it had no sidewalk. I mean, it had no driveway. It was just like a gravel driveway. We're not finished. We still have a lot more that I want to do. Yeah. But yep. So,
but the good news is your husband is a builder contractor.
Yes.
So you had some great help.
Some great help, but along with that, I'm also last on the list. So that's why it's taken us 2 years. I have an interior design business on top of also starting another business along with that, and it's going to be a furniture warehouse. And we can talk about that more later.
Yes. Amazing event. I'm going to pop up a graphic for it because it's coming up the weekend that we're sharing this, but we'll give a preview of that at the end. So I know that there's still a lot in progress, but when we walked up, your exterior is stunning.
Thank you.
The brick color mixed with the stone. What color is that? What's the paint color?
The brick color is Balboa Mist. Balboa Mist. So I didn't want a really stark white, and then the roof wasn't supposed to be that dark. Okay. But my husband picked out the dark roof and showed up, and he goes, no, that's the one you picked out. And I'm like, no, it's not. But we were on a time crunch. It worked, especially since I didn't have the black windows. We put all new windows in. I mean, we took the house down to the stud. All new plumbing, new flooring, had to landscape. It didn't have grass, but I fell in love with those trees in the front yard, those 2 trees, and I could just see it at Christmas time. Yeah. You know, like I could see it all lit up, and I just had a great feeling about the house. You know, it wasn't even for sale. I came and knocked on the door, and the gentleman opened the door. I was going to leave just a note. I thought, well, I'll knock and see, and he opened the door, and he was a retired vet and sweetest man. And he said, God must be hearing my prayers. He said, is answering them. He says, I want to sell the house, but I didn't want people coming through the house.
Wow.
So we worked out a deal, and we're able to get the house for Toby.
That's amazing.
So good. Okay.
Wow.
So when you walk into the house, you walk into your living room, and the fireplace and the accents. I mean, it's cozy, but what I want to emphasize is how sophisticated it is.
I agree.
When I walked in, I mean, I knew you were a designer because I reached out to you before I came here, but it is, you can tell that it's a designer living room. Tell us about your design process in here.
Well, I wanted something that was soothing because the ceilings were low. Eventually we will raise the ceiling, but you know, we got to do it a little bit at a time. But these sofas and chairs I've had for 25 years. So they're Quantrine, and they're slipcover sofas. And so that was something that was a little expensive. It was an investment, but I knew that I could take them off. I could wash them with dogs and kids and whatnot. And I'm also a very seasonal person.
Okay.
So I change my decor with the season. So I like to keep it neutral. That way it's so easy for my palettes. You know, whatever color or theme I'm doing, it just makes it easy. And I wanted something soothing to the eye.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to feel busy, although I love color. It's not that I don't like color. I'm more about texture and just the way the eye sees the space. If you get too much, your eye bounces.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so if I do a splash of color, it's very purposeful.
Yeah.
And I like my space to feel gathered, not just, I like it to feel organic and gathered, not just, like you just.
Went to a big box or
Yes,
something.
yes.
Yeah. And you do have a lot of coastal elements.
Yep.
We have a bowl full of seashells. Have you collected these?
Yes.
And we love to do that too at our house. And the coral. And what was my quote today? Coral makes everything better. It looks
Yes,
better.
She said
yes,
that in
it
the car.
does. Yes,
Really
yes.
does. And so there's some elements of coastal, but you have this amazing earthenware.
Yeah.
And so there's greenery. So there's a lot of life, even organic and comfy, cozy, but it's filled with life in here too.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate that. I just started styling for the summer, and I have some old Nantucket baskets too. I just have to get them out of storage because we had a 4,400 square foot house, so we had a lot of stuff in that other house, and so trying to make it all fit. That's a lot of the reason I did the open shelves, because I wanted areas to be able to display some of the stuff. I realize that not everybody can do that.
Yeah.
But I try to make everything intentional, but functional and have a purpose, but also make you feel cozy and good, and just those little details just make you feel warm and yummy.
Yes. Well, I feel that when I go here.
Good. That makes me feel so good.
Well, you said you're not finished with your office. Okay, but I want to give a glimmer of it because it inspires me.
Okay.
So I want you to share your design process in there, but also your plans for the future for it.
Okay. So in the office, I'm going to have a chandelier. I'm thinking about putting some reclaimed doors or some shutters on the outside. Obviously I want to do some wallpaper and some shiplap, but kind of more of a contemporary shiplap, more just very smooth boards. But I want to put a lower shiplap with a beautiful wallpaper above. And it will still kind of have a coastal beachy vibe, because I want to do like the beads for the chandelier and stuff like that. So so that's kind of, but actually the whole house was designed around that chandelier.
Wow.
Yes, I fell in love with that chandelier at market, and I said, and it was actually a much longer chandelier, much bigger, and this house is only 8-foot ceilings. So that was another reason I did light colored walls, because the ceilings are low, to give it a larger.
And tell us about the walls, because these are not typical walls.
No, and that is something that my husband does very well, and so I'm very thankful for that. They're level 4 walls. Level 5 is museum quality, and really, these are really level 5, but he keeps saying, no, they're not, because they have some imperfections.
Yeah.
So if they have slight imperfections, it's a level 4, and he purposely wanted it to be a level 4. He says our guys are too good that they do level 5s, and he keeps telling them, add some imperfections in there. But he used to work on historical homes and museums. So he is a 3rd generation German painter. And so he has crafted that down, and he has trained his crew how to do it, and so blessed, because
Amazing.
Don't they feel like butter? I mean, to me,
They
I just look at it,
do.
it's like a smooth, it's something that you can't put your finger on. I don't know if it'll show through on a video.
I think it will.
But it's just something when you walk in, it's just soothing. It just is a very soothing.
Well, in Texas, we have a lot of pretty harsh texture on our walls. And so I think finding this too, it gives that custom feel. It adds sophistication and custom, and it definitely enhances that organic look that you have.
Oh,
going
absolutely.
on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all are so sweet. Thank you.
And this big round table
Well,
then.
I think I want to move in there.
Okay, let's do it.
Or do you want, should we stay? Or do you
No,
want?
let's go.
I think we gotta go. It's so good. This makes me want to blow out my whole house.
kitchen.
Well, no, everything, because I need to put arch cabinets
Everywhere.
And I thought, so when I looked at your Instagram, I thought this was only one side,
Oh.
but it's both sides.
Yes, I needed storage.
It's so
good.
It's dreamy because they mirror each other. I mean, I've just never seen this done. I know in architecture, you want symmetry, but this is just stunning.
Where did you get inspiration for this? In your head?
Yeah, I just loved arches too. We can overdo arches. A lot of people are overdoing arches. It's just like anything that you love once it's overdone. So I just wanted to put a little bit of arches in here. And I love arches, nothing against arches, but it's just you have to be very thoughtful because if you do too many, then they're not special.
Yeah,
so it's really scale and balance. And I knew that I wanted that. And another design element that I did is instead of using like a quartz countertop or a marble, I did the butcher block. Saves you a lot of money, and I love the different texture in the room, than everything just being white countertops. Yes.
Well, one question we're going to get 100% is what is the color of these cabinets?
Aren't they beautiful?
So good.
I love the color. It's just creamy. It's creamy. It is, oh goodness, I think natural choice.
Natural choice.
Natural choice.
A lot of people are recommending that, and it is beautiful. And
who is that by?
I want to say I should know all this, but I deal with so many paint colors. I think it's Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, it is. The walls are Swiss coffee, and I want it to be just a slightly bit darker, but I still wanted to have that same undertone because there's the LVRs and all the different things in the paint and the way the light reflects.
Yeah.
So my favorite go-to whites that I love, if I want something really bright white, I do white dove or chantilly lace, and then white duck is one of my favorites.
Never heard of white duck.
White duck is Sherwin-Williams, and it's my 99% go-to. It's like my go-to.
Okay.
But in this house, it looked too white. So you just have to play. I mean, this color, I love it in here, but it might not look good in another house. So you do have to be conscious of that.
It looks really pretty with the gold. And I think too, it's hard to go really warm with wood. Like they contrast really nice.
Yes. Thank you.
It doesn't blend in, it still pops.
Yes, and I needed that.
Yeah.
And I love this because banquettes are very popular now, but a freestanding
bench
is just like so dreamy.
So did you custom upholster that or?
I did. This is another quatrain piece.
Okay.
And it's slipcover. So if you get a spill on it, you can wash it.
We love that.
Yes.
We're slipcover girls.
Me too.
We love the slipcovers when you have kids and dogs and all the things.
Yes, for
and
sure.
husbands.
Yes, for sure.
But
actually, I'm probably messier than my husband when it comes to stuff like that. Eating, it always falls on my shirt,
Oh, me too. This table's huge too, which is great.
It's a 70-inch round.
That's so good. So tell us about your kitchen. When I was looking at your Instagram, I was capturing this part, but I didn't know that flowed into your kitchen. So I'm really excited to get pan around and give people the full experience. It's really hard to do that with vertical footage.
Yes.
And so when you're filming horizontal, you can look at all the views. But I love that it just flows into your kitchen.
Thank you.
So tell us, you were talking about your open shelves, but you also have your islands open.
Yes.
So you style that a lot as well.
Yes.
So when you did that, I mean, did you have plans to style that? What was your
No,
design?
actually it had doors. And I was like, it feels too boxed in. I need it to feel open. And so I just had them not put the doors on. And then that was another space for me to be able to put all my little treasures over the years that I've gathered and collected.
So good.
I think my favorite thing about this entirety of the space between the dining and the kitchen is that it feels like it's one space, but yet very intentionally two spaces, dedicated spaces, because these arch cabinets frame this beautiful space where you can put artwork.
Yeah.
So it feels like a dining room. But
Yes,
it's the
yes,
kitchen.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes. And I
love
thought
that.
serving, you could use it for serving.
Yeah.
We have the coffee bar in the cabinet behind there, and my dishes. I mean, it's definitely used, and I need it, in this little house. But we're not big dining room people, and I wanted everything to feel. We needed to open the space. So the living room, and this fireplace wasn't here. We added the fireplace. So there was no fireplace.
So the stone on the outside, did you add that too?
Oh, yes. New windows, all new windows, new front door. The city wouldn't let us go bigger on the porch, so we had to kind of keep that. But we added the arch and did some things like that.
So good. That's so creative. A lot of people are nixing uppers in general, and you've done that. You've kind of like kept it open over there. Were you worried about losing storage, or that was really why you planned all?
I really did it that way for that reason. Just because I knew I was going to have these cabinets here that would hold a lot of storage, and I'll show you one of them, like how I've styled it. I think everything needs to be beautiful. Like just even when you open a cabinet, the closet, all that should be beautiful, no matter what.
Well, I creeped into your closet early. We always do a preview tour before we share it. We just want to like know what's going on. And your sweet dog is eating out of a china bowl. So everything is beautiful in your house, and I just love that. And it made me want to go and look like, what is mundane that I can make beautiful and functional?
Yes, I like that. Yes, I love that. It's just like we inherited my husband's grandmother's and great-grandmother's silver, and we use it every day. It's my silverware, and I put it in the dishwasher, which I'm probably not supposed to, but it washes up great. It's like things. Burn your candles. They're meant to be used and enjoyed. We just put them away. It's sad. To me, it's sad.
Nothing should be too precious.
Yes.
But it should also be beautiful and functional. I feel like you've done that really well. But I wasn't judging you about your china dog bowl, but I was like,
no, actually, that's my cat.
Oh,
I have a cat that's in the closet. She doesn't like the dog, so she kind of hides in the closet. But it's a big closet, so she has lots of space.
But what does Sawyer eat out of?
She has her own little bowl over there behind that wall.
Is it china? Or
it's I'll let you see. It's on a little rise.
Hers is cute too.
We'll introduce her to you because she is the mascot.
For your store, your warehouse.
Yes.
Okay, so any other details about the kitchen before we go to the primary?
No, I just want to hang out here.
I want to live here.
Yeah.
Could we?
So sweet. That means so much to me. Thank y'all.
Yes. Okay, let's go to the primary.
Let's do it.
So when you come from the kitchen, you go past your laundry room, which is so beautiful. You also have the butcher block countertops in there. Tell us about your design process. Was the laundry room always there?
No, the laundry room was where our pantry was. So we added this part onto the house because this wasn't here. We added this part on, the closet, the bathroom. And I just felt like at my other house, our actual laundry room was upstairs next to the master bedroom. And I love that.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that's really noisy, but our washer and dryer's, quiet. We don't run it when we're sleeping at night anyway.
Yeah.
So I just like the convenience of it and the way we were working with the actual house and adding on to it. And so that just made the most sense. So
so good.
But it is almost like a butler's pantry when you walk in because of the way that you have it styled and the cabinetry, and I just love it. And then on the opposite side though is a butler's pantry, and that is so good.
Cute.
Thank you.
Like we said in the kitchen, and I was observing, we had looked, but I was opening all of your cabinets. I'm like, she's not lying. It's all beautiful in here. I'm so blown away that you can make everything so styled. And you said that some areas are not perfect, but I don't believe you because everything I've opened.
No,
so
I
fun.
mean, it is. I mean, everybody has a room that you just throw stuff in. So I have the junk room and I have a junk drawer, but I try not to be because I just feel like life is so hectic, and if we can have a calm space at home, and I just feel like God is of organization. He wants us to be organized, and I just can't function unless it's just hard for me. I mean, there's too much noise in the world. I'm being pulled from pillar to post, and as it is, and so if I have a place that I come home and I know where it's at, I mean, because I've been there where you go and buy something that you already have because you can't find it, and so that's just with hectic life. So I really try to make an effort every week to stop, organize, not let things build up, you
Yeah.
know. But it is an effort. It is an effort. I realize with kids and stuff, it's really hard. And now I just have the one child at home, so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But it's just much better.
I think when you have beautiful things too, it's easier to do. Like when you don't just bring in
Right.
things just to have things.
Just right. Everything is just all cohesive. Even if it's mixy matchy, it all looks like it's you, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And this space is restful and so well designed, your primary bedroom. And so I can imagine just coming here and enjoying this space, even a cup of coffee, reading the word. And what about the view that you guys have from in your yard is just stunning as well.
Thank you.
And so tell us about designing this room.
Well, this room here, we wanted a place, like you said, where we could come and we could just read, and just a place to relax. It's a little bit bigger than I really wanted it to be, but just the way it had to be laid out.
Yeah.
And then we designed the master closet. The master closet was supposed to be my husband and I's. We were going to share it.
Yeah.
And then he decided that he wanted his own closet and he wanted a prayer room. But we're not finished with that yet. So I would love for y'all to come back when we're finished.
It's going to be Ralph Lauren.
It's going to be Ralph Lauren, very Huntfield, very much him.
Yeah.
He's even going to have a little whiskey bar in there.
Yeah.
Whiskey and the word.
Yeah. For sure. Yes.
Well, I'm just itching to get in there, but I am going to respect you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait.
It's a mess. You would not enjoy it right now. It's a mess.
Y'all have to be patient. So subscribe. And I will also be patient and leave that door shut.
Yeah, but you will love it. It's like a man cave, but it's also going to, house his clothing.
Yeah.
But all of his items that he loves and just.
I cannot wait.
He's got leather chairs in there.
Oh.
He's going to have a TV in there.
It's going to be like
vintage rugs. It's going to be.
Man cave dreams.
Yes, yes.
So is the door going to stay secret?
Yes, yes. But really, he wants a place just to decompress and pray, and his job is hard. He's in construction and we're so busy, and so it's just such a demand, and it's wonderful working with him because I get away with a lot. Whereas if I'm working with another contractor, they don't always love designers because we have a tendency to change things.
Yeah.
So not that he doesn't get angry at me, he definitely does, but I'm married to him and I can get away with it a little bit easier. So
that's good. I also want to talk about your bathroom. That is stunning. Tell us about selecting your finishes in there.
Well, I just, again, keeping back to the cottage, I just wanted to feel like a cottage. There's so many styles that I love, but you've got to hone in to what your space, the space kind of tells you, you know.
Yeah.
It kind of tells you, and if you listen to the house, I know that sounds silly, but you kind of get a feel for it. Like it kind of leads you. Sometimes we have these grand plans of, how it's going to look, and then as it evolves, you start saying, well, that it's not really speaking to me anymore, So,
and we feel like if you try to go against that, what the house is kind of dictating, then you're fighting with it.
You are.
And it doesn't turn out as well.
Right.
So that's good advice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, I really am so inspired to go home and just make normal beautiful.
That makes me so happy because that's what I want. It's about creating memories.
Yeah.
And especially when I'm working with my clients, I'm trying to help them create a space for them and have those beautiful memories and enjoy, because you can take a little corner and make it special.
Yeah.
Yes.
And everybody, and it doesn't matter the size of your home. It could be a tiny little house, but it's what you do with it. And you don't have to spend a lot of money either. It's not about how much money you spend. It's about just making it your own. And I just, for me, it's all about, I feel so blessed to be able to do what I do because I love it and I'm so passionate about it. And I'm passionate about helping my clients, create that warm environment for their home. And so I had one client say to me, I love coming home now. And it was a man. And so that hit me hard, like that's why I do this, know, because, men never want to spend the money.
Yeah.
And then when he finally did, he's like, I love coming home now. So I think people don't realize how important your environment is.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't have to be an expensive environment.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these things in here, I have literally done design on a dime. My closet is IKEA. But then we upgraded it. You know, we upgraded it and things like that you can do over time.
Yeah.
So, you know, I came from very humble beginnings. So I had to learn how to do design on a dime. You know, I had to learn how to be resourceful.
And then, like you said, you make wise investments in other things that you've had your sofas for so many years.
Yes, yes.
And so you were willing to spend a little bit more.
Yes.
So.
But it's not... the biggest, I think, misconception is people think that if you have a designer, you have to have a lot of money. You know, and if, you know, even if you just need a little bit of help, you can do things without spending a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about ways that you can get designer resources, designer furnishings at a lower, more cost-effective place. Can you tell us about a place that we can do that?
Yes, I do. Because of the pandemic and the frustrations of getting furniture, I realized there's not a place where people can touch, see the furniture, sit on it. You know, I could take them to market, but then a lot of it they didn't even have there. You know, it's just like, well, it's going to kind of look like this, and it's going to look like this, and we'll pick this fabric.
And then it's going to be months.
Yes,
before
months.
You get it.
Yes, and so in that frustration, I realized that there was a real need and that there was a gap that needed to be met.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to have access to designer furniture at discounted prices.
Yep.
And so how I'm able to do that is I buy volume pricing, buy large amounts, and then I'm able to pass that discount on to my clients. And that makes me happy because, you know, like I said, it doesn't matter your budget. I want everybody to be able to have access. You know, it may be one piece that you've been shopping, and that cabinet may be $2,300 everywhere else, but ours will be lower than anyone else has it. So you
I am so excited for this. Like I cannot wait to come and shop.
And this is our first one, so it'll be much smaller. It's a pop-up. We're heavily referring to it as a pop-up, but it's going to grow, and we're going to have it once a month and every month. And you get to take it home with you that day.
Yep. So the next one is June 3rd. Yes. And what is the times on it?
From 9 to 2.
Okay. And we're going to go preview it, right? And get some footage.
Now,
so that
where is it?
It's in Denton.
Denton, Texas.
And so
I'm sorry for those of you who are in another part of the world.
But we'll give you a preview, and it's every month, so maybe you do a girls trip or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
there you go.
Yeah, and so a lot of the things you were telling me on the phone last week, that a lot of the things are manufactured in the same places that these, I don't know.
Big box?
Well, it's not big box. It's the bougie brands that people are looking.
We will have a lot of the bougie brands. It won't be their brand, but they're exactly the same.
It's
How do I say that?
It's not a dupe. It is
the real thing.
The real deal without the tag on it.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's really amazing that you have really great manufacturers that you are able to source those things from and then share it with the DFW or even, you know, people farther if they decide to do a girls trip. So I'm so excited to share it. You have an Instagram for this new business.
Yes.
And it's
ELC Curated Home.
Yep.
Okay.
At ELC Curated Home.
Okay, so everyone go spam the Instagram, check out what she has. We're going to put the footage over so you can see the preview. I am so excited to not only share it, but also go shop.
We've just so enjoyed being here. Thank you for sharing your home, opening it up. And like we said, I feel a kindred spirit. Like you are just our heart.
Well, I think y'all are precious.
They really are. I feel when I was on the phone with Lauren, I was like, am I on the phone with Mom? They are one and the same. Like I'm either in a lot of trouble getting them together or I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
So like, subscribe, share with your friends, follow Lauren, and we will see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.